Hi, we are David, Rebecca, Mohammed, and Martin. And this is why you need to invest in Zambia.
Zambia, also known as the Republic of Zambia, is a country. They are located in the Central, Southern, and East Africa. They are neighbor with the Democratic Republic of Congo, Tanzania, Malawi, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia, and Angola. The capital of Zambia is Lusaka. The population of Zambia was in 2021 of 18.9 million, but now it raised up to 20 million. The currency of Zambia is called the Zambia kwacha, so €1 here in Europe is the 18.16 Zambia kwacha. The president of Zambia is Hakainde Hichilema. His president since August 24, 2021, and besides of being a president, he's also a Zambia businessman and a farmer. Zambia has in total 73 spoken language, but the official language there is English, which is good for doing business there.
This slide we're going to talk about geographical landscape of Zambia. Zambia's surface is 752,000 square kilometers. It consists for the most part of a high plateau with an average height of between 1,060 and 1,363 meters above sea level. Zambia's mountains rise to an occasional peak of 2,133 meters, which is called Nyaka Plateau. The result of countless ages of undisturbed erosion of the underlying crystalline rocks made most of Zambia's surface flat, broken by small hills. Those rocks, in form of minerals, are the treasure of the country. Also, the mainstay of Zambian economy is the 144 kilometers long corridor known as the Copper Belt along the northwestern part of the country.
The story of Zambian flag. The red color represents the struggle for freedom. Black, the people of Zambia. Orange stands for mineral wealth of the country. Green represents the natural resources. The eagle symbolizes the freedom of Zambia and the ability to rise above the country's problems. Zambians adopted the flag upon the arrival of the independence in the 1964.
In this slide, we are going to talk about taxation and currency. The corporate income tax in Zambia is 30%. The ease of doing business in Zambia is expected to reach 87 by the end of the year 2022. A score of 18 doing business in 2020 would indicate the economy is improving. The PIT of Zambia is expected to reach 37.50% by the end of the year and begin 2023. At this time, the standard rate of VAT is 16%. All supplies of goods and services are taxed at 0%. In 1967, the British pound was replaced by Zambian kwacha. €1 equals 18.16 Zambian kwachas. And also in the picture below, you can see the Zambia GDP growth forecast. That it's a good thing that it's shown that Zambia's GDP is growing and it's good for the economy of the country.
The population of Zambia consists of more than 20 million inhabitants, so it can become a significant market for your field of business. The official language in the country is English. That's why it is easy to hold negotiations in Zambia. There is no language barrier to climb over. 72 other languages can be also found around in Zambia. The economy of Zambia fell into a deep recession due to the adverse impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Real GDP contracted by an estimated 4.9% in 2020, after growing by 4% in 2018 and 1.9% in 2019. Inflation has been rising, mainly driven the pass-through effects of the depreciation of the kwacha and the elevated food and transport prices. Following the outbreak of COVID-19, inflation rose up to 17.4% in 2020 and is projected to remain above the target range of 6 to 8%. Besides as the lowest income country, they are now classified as the highly indebted country, with a national debt overtaking 120% of GDP. That means that the government is waiting for investments.
Zambia is a developing country and the economy of the country is growing very fast. Even if the country is one of the poorest countries in the world, the country is business friendly. Though the country doesn't hold a good position globally in the ease of doing business, the government is trying their best to promote the small scale of industry. Studying a small scale of business in Zambia is good for the people who's living there. Now I will talk about 30 types of lucrative business that people in Zambia can do. The first 3 home-based online popular business idea is at first study and blog. If you are a very passionate person and have a little of writing ability and have a passion which you would like to share, blogging can be something for you. An example of blogging that you can choose are educational blogging, where you will just educate people. The second one is being an affiliate marketer. You will promote some more product or service on the internet. The first one is starting a YouTube channel. YouTube is a little bit like blogging, but just on YouTube you will share and uploading videos so that people around the world can see the video and share this with a friend or family. But if you're looking for other ideas of small business, I will propose you 10 types of business that you can start and do in Zambia. The first one is agriculture. Agriculture plays a very important part in Zambia. Farming is popular in the country, and the Zambia temperature, climate, and water resources make it something potential for the small, mid, and large-scale farming operation. The second one, I'd put engineering, but in electrical and electronics. If you are an expert in electrical and electronics, studying a business in Zambia is a good option. These businesses are very easy to start and are very lucrative too. The third place I put healthcare. This sector is growing in Zambia like currently. There is a lot of work to be done in this section. Healthcare section opens a wide of business opportunities for young entrepreneurs. In the fourth place, I put manufacturing. Manufacturing is one of the most potential sectors in Zambia and is one of the most lucrative sectors too. The capital investment is required for machinery, equipment, raw materials, staffing, and marketing purposes. In the fifth place, I put recycling. Any individual can earn some money from the recycling business. While most of people aren't aware of the effect of not recycling used materials, others are very aware that doing this business is going to be a lucrative business. In the sixth place, I put shoes, shines, and stands. This shop is very lucrative for new entrepreneurs and this from day one. A shoe shine stand is a service that provides the cleaning and shining of shoes. In the seventh place, I put telecommunication. This is an emerging sector in Zambia. In eighth place, I put tourism. Zambia has 20 national parks and 34 games areas. Victoria Falls is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world and is a major tourist attraction. 9. I put transport. Transport is one of the world's largest industry and even logistic too. And for the last one, I put ICT. Most for technology. So if you are also an expert in technology, this business is going to be good for you because technology is something that everyone have worldwide speaking. And also in Zambia, 90% of Zambian has a phone. So this is going to be very lucrative and also a very good idea and opportunity for you.
Steps of starting a business in Zambia are pretty easy. First of all, the entrepreneurs should check the company name for uniqueness. It could be done online. And the clearance is done by the Patent of Companies Registration Agency, which is PACRA. It costs 83 Zambian kwacha for a name search and 166 Zambian kwacha for a name reservation. The second step is going to be the register of the company. The investor has to register their business with the Patent and Companies Registration Agency, which is PACRA as well.
obtain a tax ID number. Investors have to register with the Zambian Revenue Authority this time in order to get a tax identification number. It is mandatory to file the certification of incorporation. Register for Social Security. Investors have to register with the National Pension Scheme Authority in order to be registered. Investors must file the certificate of incorporation. Pay the business levy. Before starting a business levy has to be paid in Lusaka fees, which is 450 Zambian kwacha. It has to be paid to the Lusaka City Council. The sixth step is going to be to register for VAT. The VAT is the value added tax. The tax number if the value of taxable supplies exceeds or is likely to exceed 800,000 Zambian kwachas in any 12 consecutive months. This could be done with Zambian Revenue Authority. To get an investment registration certificate, this is optional, and to get this kind of certificate, investors must invest at least 250,000 US dollars. To open a bank account, the investor is allowed to open a bank account after getting the foreign taxpayer registration ID. Obtain the specific licenses and permits is going to be the ninth step, and some of those license and permits are fire clearance certificate, which is issued by the relevant council in which the business activity takes place, is valid for 1 year and renewable. And the second one is going to be the business permit, which is issued at the council level. The most important question is how much is it going to cost to make a business in Zambia? And we would like to say that low costs, the easiness of starting a business, and high efficiency in the last years make Zambia one of the most attractive countries of Africa for foreign investors. It will cost around 1,000 euros to get all the needed certificates, like investment registration certificate, business levy, the declaration of compliance, and checking the uniqueness of the name. Also, the registration of a company in Zambia is going to be included in the same price of 1,000 euros. Me and our team went further in calculating the costs, and we calculated how much is it gonna cost to run a warehouse which works a full month, 8 hours per day, on a 80% of capacity on average without using any electricity cuts. So the monthly energy consumption at this intensity of work is going to be 26,880 kilowatts hours, which is gonna be 1,344 euros per month for electricity. Hourly, it is gonna be 5 euros per hour. In comparison, the price for 1 kilowatt in Belgium is 0.172 euros, which is 3 times more expensive than how it is in Zambia. So in Belgium, to maintain the same efficiency of a warehouse is going to cost 4,623 euros per month.
Zambia has an estimated 4.9 million people comprising the labor force, 70% of which are employed in agriculture. Low labor productivity is one of the main challenges that the country has to address.
In this slide, we are going to talk about business etiquette. Not greeting at the beginning of any interaction is considered very rude. And also, appropriate dress is very important. For example, men or women in shorts is seen as sloppy. Any sloppiness is noticed and considered rude. Also, women, except in very urban settings, should never expose their thighs. All skirts and trousers should fall below the knee. The next thing is avoiding beckoning someone by whistling, as it is reserved for animals. And also avoid touching someone on the head, as it can be seen as mocking them. This tends to be reserved for children. And also avoid asking about HIV/AIDS, as there tends to be somewhat of a social stigma related to it. Public displays of affection like kissing or hugging in public are usually considered to be sexually explicit, and to be avoided. So you should be so careful when you are in Zambia. This slide we're going to talk about geographical landscape of Zambia.
This is it. Thank you for your attention.